Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Thursday, May 24th. Another kind of gloomy day here, but whatever. Just pretty much talk about anything. Nothing specific today. So just basically trying to get to all your comments and all your questions. A lot's changed in over a year, starting with nothing and one or two 2V people, and just you guys are just coming in like just steamrolling. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, so someone said, Charlie, maybe you should get a Cricket cell phone. It's cheaper, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I was with Boost for a while. That was okay, but limited. Definitely limited. It was very affordable. It was good, but limited on text, and there was no data. Very very little, like megabytes. So the phone was affordable. It was nice. It was a little LG tribute. That was like my first LG phone ever, and tiny little phone. Speakers were awesome. I think the speakers were a lot better than even this that I have right now, which is the LG Stylo 3. And I just got this around the first of the year. But and then from there, I made the mistake to really try to save money. I made the mistake of switching from them to Metro PCS, and there was one incident where I couldn't pay my bill, so I had to wait till the next month to pay my bill. And unfortunately, with Metro, I don't know if they still do it, but with Metro PCS, even though it's a non-contractual system, the month you miss, they tack on to you the following month, which is kind of contradicting for a contractualist account, which didn't make sense. Boost, if you miss a month, you only pay for when you start up or when you're using it. So, Cricket, I have a couple of friends that have had Cricket. The thing with Cricket is, like, a couple days before your bill is due, they start calling you, they harass you. And it reminds me of many years ago. God, what was that credit card company? They hound you. I mean, they literally hound you. And this is before your bill is even due. Not to mention, it's limited. It says it's unlimited, but it's limited. I have T-Mobile. I pay $75 a month. I have unlimited data. I mean, unlimited data. Talk, text, plus I get a hotspot, which I sorely need when there's those moments when I need to, when the Wi-Fi, the city Wi-Fi is just so terrible and bogging down. So I just turn on my Wi-Fi and I can run my laptop and my other phone on my T-Mobile account. And plus I've had my T-Mobile account and it's helping me with my credit. And to me, I mean, I don't have the greatest credit. I think my credit score is somewhere along the lines of 698. It is which isn't too bad, and I get a lot of good options and stuff like that. So my account is linked to my credit card, which is on auto pay. So normally, if I were just to pay off of auto pay, it was $79. But since it's on my credit card on auto pay, I save $5 a month, so it's $75 a month. And to me, honestly, yeah, being homeless, to me, credit is everything. And so when I do get up and out of the situation, having some little bit of a minuscule amount of good credit is important to me. And to building up credit nowadays is very important to me. So thank you for the suggestion on cricket. I have looked into other options, but I'm very content with T-Mobile. I've had Sprint, I've had AT&T. I even made the mistake of one time going with Verizon, and whew, that was expensive. That was $105 a month for 4 gigabytes. This was like 3 years ago, and yeah, won't do it. And they claim that they have the best coverage, but actually, amongst all of them, nowadays coverage, especially with T-Mobile, is pretty darn good. I mean, pretty darn good. So I'm happy. But thank you very much anyway for the suggestions. You guys are so helpful. So I'm trying to read my comments here. Rito76 had commented, said, love this video, watched it quite a few times. Nice to see Charlie pulling down his pants and sliding on the ice. Just talking about the Vegas video. You know, it's funny. I've always said this about myself. I'm better at giving advice than following my advice. And honestly, when I took off and went to Vegas for 24 hours, and after 12 hours, I actually wanted to come back, it did not occur to me that I pulled down my pants and slid on the ice. You know, up until I read your comment yesterday, I didn't realize that, unbeknown to myself, that I took my own advice. You know, so thank you for opening up my eyes and making me realize what I did. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I literally did that, didn't I? So yeah, and I didn't even think about that. Tim, for those people who have taken issue with Charlie using his limited resources on motel rooms, consider tonight what it would be like not to take a shower, pull something out of the refrigerator, watching TV, or even just laying your head on the bed. Yeah, that's true. You know, I really don't have no problem with that. Of course, everyone's always going to have an issue, and that goes without saying. I mean, I've been on that side, looking at other homeless people and forgetting. It's so easy to drive by or walk by a homeless person and say, "Fuck, man! All they got to do is just get a job, you know, and you know, if they can stand around all day long, you know, panhandling or begging for money, you know, yeah, it's easy to judge and make a suggestion, because until you've been there, you really don't know how difficult it is. As they say, walk a mile in my shoe. It's so easy. I'm not upset about it. I mean, some people just don't understand. So that's okay. I'm cool with it. But thank you for being my champion. That means a lot. It shows the kind of caring and compassion that a person has, and I appreciate that. Really quick, I forgot one other thing as to yesterday's video and the question, what would I do if I had my own organization? Another thing that is I forgot that I would do also, first and foremost, is have an arrangement with the U.S. Postal Department as to set up a system to be able to have the availability for people to receive and probably send mail. Definitely having the availability of some sort of uh, domicile, some sort of residence to be able to register to be able to get a job. Um, that is very important. That is another obstacle as far as showers, storing personal belongings, laundry facilities. Food aside, sleeping bags, all that, that's pretty much readily available almost anywhere in any city. But having the availability of receiving mail is very important. So important. That's why you see so many people just can't get a job. You know, it's hard. It's hard. And my biggest obstacle also is, you know, I if you haven't noticed, I took down the PO box because I'm no longer to afford my PO box. That's $100 every 6 months, and that's $200 a year. And where I went, I got lucky enough, these two ladies. So once I start getting a job and money rolling in, I'm gonna go back there and talk to the ladies and see if I can do that. Right off the bat, I'm gonna pay for an entire year. That's $200, and whatever extra fees or charges they wanna incur on me, that's fine. I'll pay for it. Because to get a mailbox, even with UPS or the U.S. Postal Department, require two pieces of ID, and they always say, well, you know, a military ID or a passport. Well, I can't get a passport. A passport's very expensive. I'm not military, so having that second piece of ID is it's another barrier. It's another hurdle that's hard to jump over. So definitely trying to set up a system for homeless people to be able to receive and or send mail, and some sort of like maybe computer access, internet access. Definitely, I would have Wi-Fi for people, but also internet access is impossible. Would definitely be a great possibility. Let me see. Another one was. Oh yeah, someone also asked because I think I mentioned it. I have two phones. Yes, I have two phones, and I have two LG phones. I have my LG Aristo that I bought 2 years ago with T-Mobile. This was my first phone that I bought. Kind of expensive for a little phone, but I have this thing for LG. I like LG more so than Samsung. I can't afford an Apple phone. If I could do a lot more better videos, better editing. But Samsung, I don't really like. My biggest problem with LG is that because how it runs their operating system, it runs hard on the battery. Battery drains really quickly, especially if you have a program that you didn't completely close and it's just running in the background and it just drains it. Why LG? Because LG's fantastic camera. I just like the camera. You know, great pictures, great video. Yeah, I've always liked LG, and my next laptop actually, I kind of want to get an LG laptop. So, and actually, if I really save up enough of my pennies, I'd like to probably get an Apple laptop. I could do so much more. I used to really be involved with Apple products because working in the printing industry, that's what you run: music and photography, printing industry, newspaper industry, all that. Apple is just user friendly in that field. So, plus I was a master control operator for Cox Communications and UPN 13 in Reno. So yeah, I had to have an Apple. So yeah. Another one. Um, you guys got great questions and fantastic suggestions. I should get in touch with invisible people. Yeah, no. You're great. You're right. Mark Horvath, who runs Invisible People. I've talked about him many a times. I plug his channel all the time. Uh, he's my friend. Um, I know him. I've met him in person. The first time he interviewed me was right here in the evening on a Sunday evening via internet. I was on my laptop. I think he was in New York. Now I'm here in Pasadena, and he's interviewing me. That was the first time. And when I was in the motel room not too long ago, when he was in Pasadena in Southern California, he interviewed me outside my motel room. He's my friend. So, and I've been on his channel twice. I've also been on James's channel, which is Homeless Lives Matter. He interviewed me right there. He's in Los Angeles. I believe he's from Florida, and he goes back and forth, especially from Las Vegas, Nevada. Does a lot of Skid Row videos and stuff like that. Like I said, those two channels and those two gentlemen are on opposite ends of the spectrum. They both do great work. One likes to do really hard video and show the general public how people are, how homeless people are living. I mean, really, really rough videos. I know some people have a hard time watching this, but if you have a hard time watching his videos, it's because what did my friend say? He says, if you have a hard time watching and accepting or seeing a homeless person, it's because you probably fear maybe what you can become, if that makes sense. I understand that, and it makes complete sense. But I like his style, his channel. And Mark, he's more personable. He wants to get to know the person, so he does that. That's when I was talking about I have a hard time. So ironically, right after I did the video, Michael stepped into my video and closed off the video with me. And then yesterday, this young lady, Tammy, who popped in my video, I just did that, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it is starting to get a little easier. So, but I will, I'll link down the two videos from Mark's channel and the one video from James. And please subscribe to both their channels. Check out both their channels, especially James. I don't think I do quite enough from James. I don't communicate with James as much as I do with Mark. Mark also has he has a Facebook page called Wave. We Are Visible, and we have a little. It's a support group for homeless people. And unless you're homeless, and unless you were formerly homeless, you can't join the group. I'm sorry. I apologize, but we're a self-sustaining group in the sense that if you're not homeless or you haven't been homeless, you can't understand how we feel in this situation. We support each other. So you can check it out, yeah, but unless you're homeless or formerly homeless, yeah, I'm sorry, you can't be a member. And I won't link that up. So, and speaking of Mark, I believe he's in New York. He's right now as we speak. It is 1:40 in the afternoon, West Coast time. He is doing something very, very special, and when I find out that it's wrapped up and I get the okay, no, you know what? I'm just gonna let him do it because it's his thing. It's what he's doing, and I'm so proud and I'm so happy for him. I'm just glad I've had the pleasure. Actually, a year ago in October, our little support group, Mark came to California, to Los Angeles, and it was about maybe 8 of us. We met up in Chinatown, and we had dinner at this really nice Chinese restaurant. We had a big, huge table with the traditional lazy Susan table and everything, and we had a bunch of uh, food and drinks, and we were just having a great time getting to know each other. And that's when I first met Mark, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was great, you know, and hopefully maybe, and they did that actually. They did that a few months ago, and Mark wanted me to be there, but I couldn't because unfortunately I was in downtown Los Angeles working, so I had to miss that second meetup. Hopefully, if it happens again, I'd love to be there. Mark, I know you watch my videos also. Um, yeah, bro. I mean, you know, I'll try to do my best if whenever we get together, all of us. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. You know, I love the group. I love you, and I love everybody in our group. So, yeah, I'd like to do that. I've been when he does his live, let's talk about homelessness or anything else. I've been a moderator uh, for the channel and stuff like that. So it's fantastic. But like I said, right now he is doing something really, really special and something important. And when I find out, maybe I will. I'll ask his permission, and I'll let you guys in on what he's doing. I'm really happy for him. It's just he's going through so much right now, and he needs all the help. Uh, he works really hard, and he's a dedicated person for what he does for the homeless community and to help bring awareness. And he does help people. He helped me. In fact, when I found out that I got the job, I didn't even I didn't even let anybody on my channel know first. I actually broke the news on his channel that I got a job. You know, that's how much respect I have for him, so much admiration. I wanted to do it on his channel, and he helps me. In fact, he bought me my bus pass so I can get to and from Pasadena to downtown LA, 7th and Figueroa, which is a light rail and a subway train ride, and that's over an hour, you know. And a bus pass, a monthly bus pass here in Los Angeles, right now, as it is, I think it's going to be going up here in about another couple months. We're due for the increase in fare. It's $100. You know, it's $100 a month. You know, it's like $5 or $7 a day just to get a day pass, and that's expensive. So, super guy, super sweet and kind that he bought me my bus pass. So, yeah, yeah, he's done so much for me. So, yeah, thank you for the suggestion for invisible people. But yeah, I was lucky enough to already be part of that. So. And I believe he's due to come back to Los Angeles sometime next weekend. We're kind of making plans to meet up with each other and stuff like that. I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely next week. So he always lets me know. He always keeps in contact with me. So um, when that happens, I'll let you guys know after our meetup. Not prior, definitely after, because I just enjoy his company. He's a good friend, and um, he's so supportive, and he's just a good guy. He's like you guys say, all you folks say, and he's even mentioned is like, you're always so happy, so jolly, and even in your situation, you stay. It seems like you stay focused and uh, positive. Yeah, it's not an easy thing. Not an. It takes a lot of energy to muster up this smile. And he talks about my smile. He loves my smile. He says every time I look at your videos, you're always smiling. And it's like, yeah, even when my face was all busted up and my arm was all fucked up in a cast, and I got a piece of metal here on my ulna, and yeah, why be bitter? Why be angry? I mean, I'm as it is right now until the first of the month rolls around. I'm short on funds, so you know, just stay positive. God always seems to provide for me. I have a fantastic support group with my friends here. I have a fantastic support group with the Facebook, and I have a fantastic support with Mark. So yeah, it's what else? What else? I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe is that my gimmick? My enthusiasm, my positivity? I don't know. Um, would you rather see me this joyful, this happy in my state of homelessness? Or do you want me to be all fucked up? Fuck the world. Fuck this shit. And, piss on the world. They owe me this. And whatever. I'm going to go urinate or defecate on someone. Yeah, that'll show them. This is what I think of society. Nah, no, nobody wants to see that. And that's not in me. That's that's not that's not Charlie Sanchez Salinas. That's that's not who my mom raised, you know. So it just comes out. It just comes. This is the way I am. This is how it comes out in me, even in person. This in front of the camera, what you see is how I am in person. Come on down. Email me, call me. My phone is on my Facebook page. We'll get together. You'll see the real me. Get to know me. This is I have to be happy. It's not just for you, but for me. I have to be happy and positive for myself. Because if I don't want to be downtrodden. I don't want to be angry. It makes me ill. Ugh. There was something else. Oh, Charlie, why exactly did you get gastric bypass? Okay, and not too many of you folks know I had gastric bypass in October of 2004, 2005 at St. Michael's Hospital in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Um, but earlier to that, I was born with asthma. 1966. Diagnosed with asthma 3 months after I was born. Now, back then, for a child to have asthma was a very, very difficult thing, let alone for an infant. Um, the mortality rate was just terrible. I mean, asthma is a lung disease, and I think in some instances it's also considered somewhat of an autoimmune disease in the sense that the body is fighting itself, and there's a lot of triggers, air quality, smoke, pollen. I mean, anything can set off. Medication back then, um, when I was a kid, was just like difficult. Basically, the only thing, if you had an asthma attack, the only way to resolve that and bring it down was always to get a shot of adrenaline or epinephrine and suspirin, to help open up the passageways. And oh, man, I can't even tell you how many times being a kid and my mom taking me to the emergency room at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're there for hours trying to get my breathing to go back, doing oxygen treatments and getting shots. And when I'd get the adrenaline shot, yeah, it'd help me up. And then they would give you what was called a long-acting shot, and that was suspirin, which I remember was adrenaline is a clear one, suspirin was a milky one, and that's a time-release, slow-acting shot that they give you over a period. And then I got put on for any of those, for any of you that knows or have encountered this, especially, it's also used a lot in cancer treatment. It's called prednisone. Prednisone is a wonderful drug. It's a very, very powerful steroid. So powerful as steroids are, it has a tendency to change your physiology. And I say that in the sense it messes with your body. It makes you gain weight. It makes you eat more. So I was on heavy doses. I was on heavy adult doses. That's how bad my asthma was. I was on heavy adult doses, even at the tender age of 7 years old, taking that. And it caused me to gain a lot of weight. So my weight would go up and down, up and down. I mean, I think I was almost 200 pounds as a kid at one time when I was like 10 years old, you know, and the doctors freaking out, and I'm in the kitchen eating, and I couldn't help myself. I couldn't control myself. And my mom was worried one time. I remember she actually put a piece of paper and taped it to the refrigerator, said kitchen closed. I mean, it was terrible. So as I've gotten older, it's always been hard to manage my weight. So when I got married in 2000, my first time, and moved to Wisconsin, America's Dairyland, Wisconsin, the land of pizzas, cheese, and sausage. Hallelujah. Halla-frickin-lujah. I mean, for a gluttonist, for a foodie, for someone who loves food, heaven, heaven on earth, heaven across the state. Yeah. You know how like they do in Napa, they have farms where you can go and do wine testing and stuff like that. Well, they do the same thing in Wisconsin. The dairies. You go on cheese tours. You can go to every dairy and see how they make their own cheeses and taste their cheeses and everything. Oh, Christ sakes. Wow. That was heavy. That was just awesome. I mean, fantastic. So, and they have a lot of fests out there. Strawberry Fest, the Corn Fest, the Cranberry Fest.